Alright, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So today we're getting caught up on some Shonen Jump stuff, as well as hopefully covering one of the read-through videos for this week. Potentially two, we'll see how the Wrestlers Recording stuff goes. We've got some Akane Banashi and the newest chapter of Spy Family to get through. Kaiju's still on hiatus, so hopefully we'll have that back in a couple of weeks once it's back as well. But a lot of good stuff coming your way otherwise, so if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And today I do have my tablet with me and fully charged, so I'll be able to show off any kind of panels and stuff I want to talk about if the need arises. But without further ado, let's dive into it. Spy Family Chapter 106, with hopefully something intriguing happening by Tetsuya Endo, with translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. So we start off with the Desmond estate, where you see a grasshopper or some kind of bug flying through the air with a buzz, and you see a whip. What the hell? It's like someone throws like a knife or something into it and just like cuts it into the tree. And you see one of the bodyguards going, "Was killing that creature necessary?" And you know how Master Damien hates bugs. "I won't allow a single insect into the manor." And she's like, "After all, he hasn't been home since school began. I will make his stay pleasant." He's like, "Let's not overdo it." So I'll grant you it's rare, but everyone seems to be excessively on edge. He's like, "You didn't hear?" And you see a knock knock as Damien goes, "Demetrius, it's me." And after a moment you have, "What do you want?" He's like, "I was hoping you could help me with my homework." And there's silence before he goes, "We have a tutor on staff, remember? Ask him for help." And Damien's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yes, I'll do that. Sorry to bother you." And as he's walking down the hallway past the window, you see a bark, bark, as this German Shepherd goes like barreling full tilt towards Damien and knocks him with a thud and a sploosh as it knocks him into the river. Or a lake, or in a pond, I guess. And you have the bodyguards rushing in, "Master Damien, are you alright?" He's like, "Bad dog, Max. What have I told you about jumping on the young master?" Christ. It's fun. And he's, as the other one's helping Damien out of the pond, he's like, "It's fine, Mary Jane. I wanted to play with them." So glad to see you're as frisky as ever, Max. And he's like, "Ha, ha, ha." He's like, "I wish you had told me you intended to go outside." And Mary Jane's like, "He's right, you know. It's almost dinner time, and now you're completely soaked." And Damien's like, "Oh no, no one cares. Oh, no one cares about that." And he's like, "Today they certainly will. This is the first time your whole family's been able to dine together in ages." And he's like, "What?" It's like, "The whole family?" And you see a scree as a bunch of cars are like coming in. And you have a chuck and a toomp as Donovan steps out with the rum 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 as he's looking like, as somber as ever, I guess, or as murderous as ever. So "We were told just a short while ago, your esteemed father's afternoon meeting was cancelled, so he decided to make a rare visit home. We were asked to prepare for a proper family dinner." And he's like, "Father's going to be here? So what should I do?" It's like, "Please do relax, Master Damien. It's only dinner." And you see creak, clack, clack as you have Melinda walking in. And you have a check as the door opens again. Or is that different rooms that they're heading out of? Yeah, I assume they're heading out of their rooms. Wherever you have Demetrius also stepping out with his bug-eyed face. And you see a room, room. As you can see, the palpable tension in the air as they're all seated together for dinner. Let me just see if I can pull this up and do a proper double page spread here for a second. Oh. Yes, you see them all like... Sorry, I'm trying to angle it so the camera glare doesn't get on it too badly, but yeah, I see them all there sitting together. And you have all like, the butlers and everyone like laying out the meal. And Javelin trying to be like, How has your work been lately, dear?" And he's silent before he goes, "Fine." He's like, "Well, let's eat while the food's still warm, shall we?" And you see clink clink as they're silently all just eating. And you see poor Damien just like sneaking glances at his father. And he tries to like open his mouth and say something a few times. And he just like gets all embarrassed and stops. And you see that, oh God, there's fucking something wrong with this tool. And you see as Demetrius is just sitting there like bug-eyed, just completely spaced out, just robotically eating his meal. And you see Melinda kind of just glancing over as well. She's just kind of like the waiter pours her a drink. And you see Donovan also with like his bug-eyed face just like staring back and forth, the clink, 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 clink. And you see a twitch as you see Melinda and Damien both just twitching as this goes on. And you see as he stops, like he just narrows his eyes for a second. And you see Damien just like closing his eyes and he like gathers his curtain and goes, so... And his father just goes, He looks back, his mother kind of just like whips her head away and like avoids his glance. And you have his brother just continually robotically eating. You have a rattle, 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 clink, 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 clink. And you see just like this page spread of, hold on one second, let me just pull this up. Just like this blackness showing like, you know, how much they're all like separated. And you see a clank as he drops as Demetrius like finishes his meal, like wipes his mouth with his napkin. With a shook, he just sits up straight. And Donovan's like, "You may be excused." Like, "Thank you, Father." And Melinda's like, "Then I'll excuse myself as well." And you see Damon with a choo gulp. And he says, Donovan also finishes and goes, "Well, this has been a most worthwhile evening. Chew your food properly now, Damien. It isn't healthy to rush." And he's just like, "Oh my God, Father, talk to me." As he walks off, he's like, "Yes, Father." And he just starts chewing furiously. And his butler, oh fucking Jeeves, I forgot his butler was named Jeeves. He's like, "You needn't chew that much, Master Damien." He's like, "Hey, Jeeves, what did he mean by worthwhile?" It's like, "It meant that your father enjoyed being able to have a meal with all of you. Is that not what you took it to mean?" And he's like, "No, I guess that's it." And Jeeves like, "Indeed it is." So, I don't know, I guess quick thoughts on the chapter. So I was like, I don't know. So on the one hand, it was nice getting to kind of get like more of a glimpse into like kind of Damien's everyday life and like all the stuff and like see the estate and everything. And it was like a little bit heartbreaking seeing him like trying to like bond with like his siblings and his parent. You see like none of them really give a shit about him at all. They're kind of like brushing him off as a nuisance. But I don't know, like the first thing that came to mind, I don't know why I was thinking, maybe it was because I was watching this with my brother earlier, but the first thing that came to mind when I saw this was the Zoldyck family from Hunter x Hunter. It's kind of got the same kind of vibe where you have like, you know, the butler outside being like, "Oh, you know, it's like lethal force dispatching a bug," and being like Mary Jane being like, "Oh, you know, I have to make sure that none of these bugs disturb Master Damien. Like, it's been so long since he's been home. Like, I want to make it stay pleasant." It gave me the same vibe as like the butlers and the canaries, like how much they cared for Killua, despite the fact that, you know, the family kind of didn't really pay him attention or wasn't like as familial with him. So I guess that's why I kind of got like the same vibe with like everyone apparently like loves Damien, like all the household staff and everyone loves him, like even though the family kind of is ambivalent towards him. I don't know. Apart from that, I feel like it feels like Endo kind of just used like, you know, the blank panels, the silence as just an excuse not to have like dialogue and things. I don't know if this was a thing where like Endo just needed a break. It's kind of like, all right, let me just like fill in some panels of like arts and stuff, because you get some of like the character like interactions, mannerisms across. You have like, you know, both Melinda and Damien kind of being like the ones that are kind of like, you know, anxious and like overthinking. You have Donovan and Demetrius just kind of like being completely stoic, you know, robotically kind of just going through the motions and things. But I don't feel like the paneling and stuff really felt as impactful as it should have. Like, I don't really feel like you got the sense of like tension or awkwardness that there should be in like, you know, in a what's the word I'm looking for? In a family circumstance. I'm trying to think of the word. Sorry, my brain just does this. I have like a brain fart and I can't think of the word. But you have like this odd sense of tension with like this weirdo family where it's like, you know, they don't get along together. They kind of they don't really get along with each other. You know, they don't really have like that familial bond or love. You don't really get that sense of tension, I don't think, with like the paneling where it says like no sense of build up or anything kind of like that. Sorry if I'm not making sense. I'm rambling a little bit, but my brain's just refusing to cooperate with me today. Apart from that, again, it was kind of like tragic seeing like, Damien trying like his very hardest to kind of like engage with some kind of conversation with his father. But I don't know, I feel like the issue is there's such a large gap between the times we do get the Damien centric chapters, and we haven't delved enough into his family history to kind of understand why he so desperately craves his father's like attention and love and everything else. Because I feel like if he had spent more time with Anya and kind of saw like, if you had the contrast of like, yeah, the Forgers are also a quote unquote fake family, but if he saw kind of like the warmth and love from them, and he kind of started to kind of desire that and kind of started to wonder, hey, how come I'm not getting this from my own family? Like, what would I have to do to kind of like get the same kind of like feeling from my own family? I feel like this chapter would have landed a little bit better with that as a contrast. But yeah, I don't know, just like it felt like this should have been an impactful, intriguing chapter. And finally, kind of like it just kind of felt like it fell a little bit flat for me. So we'll see. I don't know, because I feel like at the end where it's just like he's just walking away after he's just like seeing everything. It felt like, again, it felt like an alien kind of going through the motions where it's like, oh, this is what a proper family dinner feels like. This is what we're supposed to do. It kind of felt like someone going through the motions. But I don't know. I feel like it could have been more done with this. But yeah, with all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this chapter and my ramblings. Maybe if I can gather my thoughts, I'll try to do like a more detailed analysis the next chapter when it drops, if I have time for something like that. But yeah, I kind of wanted to try to get that across, but I don't think it came across too clearly today. With all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this video despite that. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, I will get all the Shonen Jump stuff out today, hopefully along with at least one of the read-through videos. If I don't get the second one out today, it will hopefully be out tomorrow because it is Canadian Thanksgiving here. So I do have the day off, so hopefully have it out then since I've got a little bit more time. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.